Big news, we are selling Talisman. We've sailed about 3,000 nautical miles from the UK south coast to where we are now, which is actually Italy.
Long and short of it is an opportunity has come up in the UK and we actually have some really exciting ideas going forward. Is this how we want to say goodbye? We change our minds a lot. We've kind of explained that there was an opportunity that came up.
But we really want to do it now.
We're not going to sell Talisman yet, no.
Forever. Oof. Feels really weird being back. I don't know why.
Do you know what? I'm impressed with us a little bit. I thought we left it a bit more of a tip than this.
Okay, we are successfully transformed into our summer gear. Yeah. It's very hot.
The bilges are bone dry.
Woohoo! It's so nice to see you guys on the boat again in real time.
I know, it's been a while.
Yeah, this is crazy. You're caught up with us. We're just going to put everything away, have a quick tidy. We're going to catch you guys up with the all-important updates in a minute.
Yep.
Eventually.
Recording.
I'm going to eat these chocolate eggs while we think of how to start this conversation. Welcome back to Talisman.
It's been a while.
We are reunited again. It's now October the 8th.
It's October the 8th. This video will go live on the 14th, I think.
Yes. And yeah, we just really need to give you guys a catch up.
So we'll start with why we're back on the boat right now. We need to winter Talisman. It's as simple as that. When we left Talisman, as we'd put her up for sale, we left the sails on and a couple other things just so that if someone wanted to come view the boat, we could basically just go out sailing with them and the boat was ready to go. But we don't want to leave Talisman like that for the rest of the winter. So going back to when we told you guys about selling Talisman and the reason for doing that, the reason why we made that decision is we've kind of explained that there was an opportunity that came up. Essentially, someone that we know who wishes to remain anonymous had an offer where they wanted to see if we wanted to go joint on buying a house. Now,
in the UK.
In the UK, that's not a house for us to live in. So just in case you were thinking, that's it, the adventures are ending, it's an investment. Pretty much as I can explain to you guys is the house is heavily discounted from what the market value is. Both parties are going into this with the end goal to essentially sell the house in a few years' time. Unless things change and it might end up being rented. The reason why we had to rush to get back is because we're going to have to get a mortgage. And for anyone who knows about mortgages, you need pay slips. So
we do not have.
We had no pay slips. So we pretty much had to go back and start working as soon as possible to start banking those pay slips so that when we come to getting a mortgage for this house, we're able to do it. That's the first part. Kind of gives you the idea on why we want to essentially not give this opportunity up. It's something that we've never thought was possible before, and it's kind of, yeah, it's an amazing opportunity, and we're ever so grateful for the people that have, joined us on this.
It seems very sensible. It's very grown up.
Yeah, it's not like us.
It's not like us at all. Go us. So, stage 2 that we want to talk to you about. It's been a bit of a long-term dream, but it's not really something we were ready to do. We wanted to get the boat first and do some more travelling, and then eventually wind up at this other junction. Yeah. But we really want to do it now.
Yeah, and I would also say this other junction is not another end road. It's just another step in the right direction.
We've always had this image in our head of eventually of buying a cabin in the wilderness or our own, like building our own house.
House in the woods.
Just a house in the wilderness of Sweden, or if not specifically Sweden, somewhere in the Arctic Circle under the Northern Lights where we can be totally off-grid and just live a really quiet, peaceful life. And I think the more time we've had to think and kind of travelling on the boat, we've actually realised it could be an amazing way to split our time.
Yeah.
Like, we could do that and then something else for part of the year.
Yep.
And I think that is something that's really, really exciting to us.
We'd be spending part of the year doing that. But the only caveat is we won't be spending the other part of the year in Europe.
Yeah.
Which is where we're going to be thinking about going other places around the world. So the potential is we could go travelling, we could go backpacking, we could get a camper van, we could get another boat somewhere else in the world. Kind of like this, what we've done so far has really opened our eyes to that possibility of like, we don't have to stay somewhere all the time.
Yeah, a year is a long period. Like, you could do so much in a year. Like, when I think of what we've done for just part of the year,
I know.
and it feels like a lifetime.
Yep.
Like, just a season sailing feels like so long. Like, we could fit so much in.
Exactly. Basically, the second stage that we have going on is we're working towards buying a property in Sweden.
And the reason we've been so reluctant to kind of tell you guys the specifics of everything is just because we don't like committing to things. Like, we just want to see what happens and we want to just roll with it, and that's it. Like, I know when we tell you guys on here, it almost makes it feel more permanent, and then we feel bad if we change our mind after telling you something.
We're hoping that sort of lifestyle as well will be able to set us up a little bit more permanently when it comes to the travel, the adventure, because one of the things we struggle with at the minute is financing our adventures. So we end up going back to the UK for 6 months of the year roughly, and working, saving, and then putting money back into the travel, which is actually brilliant. But unfortunately, we don't have any contingency and no backup whatsoever. So it actually can be a little bit stressful at times, or, you know, it's just nice to have that nest egg that if anything goes wrong, you know, you aren't totally flat out with it. With the house in Sweden, there is opportunities whilst doing that in ways we can still make money, like Airbnb. And also we'll still be doing YouTube, and I'm really looking forward to the idea of like the DIY. So the house that we're gonna probably buy is gonna need some work.
Oh yeah, so just to let you guys know, the properties we're looking at are between £7,000 and kind of £30,000.
Yeah.
The property is amazing in Sweden.
Yeah.
The big question a lot of you are going to ask is, so that's it for sailing, where does that leave the boat? Where does that, have you sold Talisman? What's going on? And it's very interesting questions.
Sailing is most certainly not over. I've got some ideas and plans coming hopefully in the next few months, where I'll be getting on some boats, doing some DIY on boats, and chatting with friends a lot about boats. And there's still the potential for passages that we're going to be joining people with, and yeah, just generally sailing's not over.
Even when we told you we're selling Talisman, we weren't intending that that's it, that's boat life over.
No.
We were going to be like, okay, well for now we're selling Talisman, and then we'll get another boat when we're ready. And
Yep.
But we're not selling Talisman.
We're not going to sell Talisman yet, no.
Surprise. We're not selling Talisman.
This is what we mean when we change our minds
I
a
know.
lot. So we had a few people interested in Talisman, and we went through the process with them, and one of the most difficult things we kept coming up against is Brexit.
Yeah.
So with Talisman, which is a UK vessel, if anyone in the EU buys Talisman, they have to import Talisman into that country, which isn't a problem at all. But as people was learning and like talking to their governing bodies, say, about importing a boat, it can be a little bit more than you expect than just buying a boat. So, and also every time someone was interested that wanted to see Talisman, we were in the UK and we had to book flights then to get back to Talisman. And as well as that, we kind of come to the conclusion that, is this where we want to leave Talisman? Is this how we want to say goodbye?
We kind of settled on, well, we should bring Talisman back to the UK.
Yep, it makes the most sense.
It makes the most sense.
And it's fun.
Yeah. We'll do a loop. We've gone to the Med and back to the UK. Those people staring at us. Hello. Ciao. And I think then what we really like about that plan is it gives us the freedom to decide when we bring Talisman back to the UK, then do we want to sell Talisman?
Yes.
Because everything will be so much easier to sell in the UK. If we do decide we want to sell, I think we'll have no problems from the interest we've gathered so far from some of you guys. And if we sell it back and we think, actually, we could sell this to Sweden and have like
A boat and a house
boat in Sweden.
in Sweden, yeah.
That would also be amazing. So yeah, in terms of talisman, we don't obviously know talisman's exact fate yet, but we are bringing her back to the UK.
Yeah, that's as far as we've got.
Yeah. So you guys are going to have that to look forward to. The journey's not over.
Just to summarise, buying a house in the UK as an investment property.
Yeah.
Buying a house in Sweden for
fun
slash investment slash adventure. And not selling talisman and sailing back to the UK.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. Bless you.
Thank you. Excuse me. So where does this leave our YouTube channel? Is Chasing Current still a thing, and will we be posting regularly?
With us not being on a boat full time, we can't guarantee that we are going to have the same amount of content we've been putting out for every week that we have been doing. But what we will promise to try to do is we're going out on friends' boats. I'm going to be booked to go to Greece on a friend's boat who's refitting a big sailboat, which is going to be awesome. We've got loads of cool projects and jobs that we just want to show everyone.
And also, you can check Bryn out on the Admirals Show, which if you haven't seen it yet, you've got to head over to this YouTube channel, and we'll put all the link in the description below and on the screen.
It's brilliant, honestly. It's great that they've had me on as like a guest presenter, and I'm hoping to go on a couple more times or a few more times.
It's a proper good
It's
laugh.
a really good show. The only way I can describe it is it's like Top Gear, but for boats, and honest reviews, just good old chats.
Be sure to head on over, subscribe, and check out their content because it's brilliant.
It's hilarious.
And also, this leaves us very open for more experiences with you guys, I think, is quite exciting.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of offers and we've never been able to take people up on it before, but we're really, really open-minded this year to going out on other people's sailboats, helping people with passages, just anything, because it will help us build up our experience as well as making some cool video content. If there is anything in mind that you'd like to have us tag along for, or even just film, just message us anytime and let us know, and hopefully we'll get to meet some more of you guys.
Absolutely. We hope you've enjoyed this episode. We hope that you feel like you see where we're coming from now, and the plans are all out for everyone to see. For all you new people that haven't seen our videos before, please go back, check out the story so far, and if you're not subscribed, it really, really helps us out if you hit the subscribe button immensely.
And we'll see you in the next video.
Bye!
Bye!
I'm only wearing my
Bryn's
boxers.
got no bottoms on. Cover her up. Cover her up.
Right.
This is a family show.
Excuse.
Check the chips.
Check the chips.
The chips smell burnt. Yeah, see you next time.
Bye.